Good evening, brothers, sisters, and gender norm resistors. It's time to get back into the House of Da Vinci 3 with me, your host. Ollamh. Welcome. Yes, we are back. I've made a few changes just today, actually. Over the weekend, I made sure that I have OBS done up so that it's there. I do still need to change a few things. I think I might have the bitrate set a little bit high. We'll see how things go as far as people streaming it, as far as how easily people can stream it and stuff like that. But it should be easier on my machine overall. Able to handle better stuff a bit better. It's a whole lot easier to work with, and as you saw, it's easier to make transitions. So, last time we got to Da Vinci's friend's villa, found out that they were working on trying to get water to the grapes, and then, move stuff around, and Da Vinci was helping him out with a lot of stuff, but they couldn't stay in that spot. So they had to, kind of leave and find other places and find somewhere else to go. And Da Vinci hid all of the stuff for us. So we had to go through and fix everything up and then find out that they went to Rome. So we have the big mystical book that tells us the history of the portal that Da Vinci found, the time machine and stuff like that. And we've got it. We have reached Rome and about to the inn that I think it was an inn that they're staying at, so we should be good to actually meet up with Da Vinci, provided that whoever it is that's chasing him hasn't gotten there before us and all kinds of stuff. And I just realized I haven't changed this yet. So let's all right, there we go. We'll save that there. And we'll center it. Yeah, that looks good. All right, that'll work. So yeah, with that said, let's go ahead and jump into it, shall we? I do really love this this transition. It is a lot of fun. So we'll center this as well. And why did you drop the... Okay, there we go. All right, so let's get into it. So yes, we're in the slums of Rome. Road from the house of Leonardo's friend was long, but luckily after some time I met a traveling merchant with extra space in his wagon and an interest in company. He took me to the gates of Rome, but when I told him what part of the city was my destination, he just shook his head. Apparently, Leonardo wasn't kidding when he mentioned the slums. So yes, the bald woman. Well, hello. Oh. Aha. So now the door should open. And more rats. Huzzah?
You, Giacomo.
Giacomo, but yes.
They're waiting for you upstairs.
Thank you, sir. Let's hope the they he's talking about are the people that were,
Don't worry. But don't keep 'em waiting.
are these the people that we're actually supposed to meet? Which room upstairs exactly? Finally, I arrived at the place of our meeting. I had goosebumps just walking through the district. But as Master says, the greatest deception men suffer is that of their own opinions and biases. I need to give this place a chance and look forward to seeing Leo again. Which room are we supposed to be meeting in?
Tell me, what do you think about all this? Giacomo! God be praised! I knew you could do it, but I was still worried. Did you bring the Chronicle?
Right here, boss man.
You were successful after all.
Yep. Not without some severe problems.
Just as I hoped. The Chronicle records the whole history of this secret order, this Ordo Justitalis. I will need a moment to find what we are looking for, but this is immensely interesting. I should probably introduce you. Next to me stands my great friend and advisor. I owe much to him and consider him the most erudite friar in the whole clergy. Honorable Luca Bartolomeo Pacial.
Don't exaggerate, Leonardo. You underrate my brothers.
That is not my intention, but it is still my opinion. And before us is my disciple and assistant, about whom I have spoken so much. A man possibly...
Hang on a moment. Let's try and... We're gonna bump up the sound effects, I guess.
brought to me by fate itself to help me carry the weight of my burden. Messer Giacomo Andrea de Ferrara.
I greet you, Giacomo. Please, don't blame Leonardo for his bluntness. He couldn't wait to read the Chronicle. I'm sure you've noticed that when he gets like this, there is no talking to him.
Oh, I
Sit
know.
down, have a bite. You must be tired after your journey. We have a veritable feast here.
By the way, there were some
pastries,
people in
fruit,
the side room
more
downstairs.
vegetables. Well, your master isn't the funnest person in the world, but you surely noticed that as well.
Luca makes fun of me often, but this time I'm really not able to find out where the point is hiding. He would do better to focus on real problems.
See? Just like I said. But seriously, real problems. I'm sure Leonardo told you how, once upon a time, he met Caesar Borgia with members of a secret society. They brought fragmented plans for some strange machine and asked him to construct it for them. At first he agreed, but when he found out what a terrible weapon the machine could become, he decided not to give it to them.
I see. There can be no more doubt. The secret society was indeed Ordo Justitalis. They also had plans for the time machine, however incomplete, because in the past they had a similar time machine. So why did they need my help?
Either way, in the end, Ordo Justitalis took the machine from the Tower of Badia Fiorentina. Shortly after Leonardo used it, and just moments after you did as well, Giacomo, when you tried to save your very life from the half-crazed Borgia who took your glove before you came to? I wonder what the story was with the Duke. When they came with the plans,
That's a
he
good
seemed
question.
to have a position of power within the Order, but after your escape to Florence, they didn't cooperate at all. And that's something we should thank Providence for, because until Ordo Justitalis obtains one of the gloves, They can't use the machine, even if they are able to reconstruct it.
Aha! Here, right at the end of the chronicle. But the year 1465 after Christ came. And for the order of the justice, the world was never the same.
Right.
During that event, their time machine, which they'd called the Gate of the Temple of Wisdom, must have been damaged. That is why they needed my help.
Makes sense.
So, to summarize, the Order took Leonardo's time machine, and we don't know where. Borgia took Giacomo's glove, and we don't know where. At least, we still have the one Leonardo came with, which is broken. Seriously, gentlemen, and I say this as your friend, you should start looking after your things.
That would be an excellent analysis, Luco, if not for the sarcasm and one small mistake that I will correct in a moment. But before that, could you give me the glove?
Here it is. Pretty, but broken.
Fortunately, that does not matter at all. There is one thing I haven't told you yet, my friends. When Borgia came to me all those years ago, he had not only those incomplete plans to build a time machine, but also 3 ampules with a strange liquid. I don't know where they came from, but they react to open the gate of time. Thanks to them, I can determine where the gate should take us. 1 ampule is set in each glove, and 1 in the Oculus Perpetua. Each of them, when set correctly, will allow us to jump through the gate a maximum 15 years in time. This means that if we wanted to get travel back to the original time machine in the year 1465, 45 years in the past, we would need all 3 of them.
So you insist that we need to destroy the original time machine? Completely wipe it from history? No matter the
Yes.
risk, no matter how hard it might be.
As long as the Order has the plans and the will to use it, mankind will never be safe from the invention. I regretted having started working on the time machine. But what do you think would have happened if I had sent them away?
I suppose they would try to find someone else? But I'm sure that nobody else would be able to finish it with such incomplete plans.
Perhaps, perhaps not. But if not now, then what about in a year, 10 years, 1,000 years? Sooner or later, someone would do it. All it would take would be one moment of weakness and a great deal of naivety or bad intentions, and the world as we know it could cease to exist. No, my friend, trust me that there is no other way. The machine should never have been in human hands.
You are right, Leonardo. I know you have thought about it for a long time, and I trust that your decision is not made lightly. I think I can speak for the both of us when I say that we stand behind you. Well, I think it is high time that we told Giacomo the whole truth about why we met here.
All right. It is true that we don't know where the time machine is, but we know how to get the 3rd ampule because Borgia will surely keep the glove close. And we do know where he is hiding.
Okay. He's right across the way.
Right there, just across the street, in the tall building.
Borgia couldn't have found a better hiding spot. No normal person would step foot in this neighborhood. Marco was rather surprised when he saw him here. Marco is the jolly man who welcomed you downstairs. He has a lot of friends around, and they learned that Borgia's hideout is very well prepared for, uninvited guests. But right next to it is a burnt pub. Perhaps it would be possible to get inside through that.
Just before you arrived, Marco informed us that Borgia left. We have a unique opportunity to get in and take the glove.
Provided he doesn't have it literally with
Giacomo,
him.
out of all of us, you are best suited for this task. We leave it in your hands. Be careful.
Me. Not the master of invention, Leonardo da Vinci. That seems a little suspect to me. Alright, so I'm gonna need something to pry those bars off with. I'm guessing. Or maybe not. I had a pretty good weekend, yeah. I suppose because we're the youngest, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, go back in time to before it burned down. Okay, so we need something to put in there. Right. Oh god, and the cats, they're the ones that burned the place to the down. They were after something, knocked over a candle, and the place went up like a tinderbox. Naughty cats. Is there something back here that we can... Aha. That is an excellent question. All right, so there we go. And now the pub never burned down, but it's still for some reason abandoned. Well, I sure hope there's nobody here, like guards, to guard the secret glove that he is so desperately trying to keep a hold of. But on the upper floors, we reunited with Leonardo and finally met his good friend Luca Paciello. After talking to them, it's clear we must try to destroy the time machine. It is simply too dangerous to risk it being used by someone unworthy. Now it's in the hands of these guys. An order that may have had virtuous beginnings, but judging by its connections to Borgia, its virtue has long since disappeared. Fortunately, the gate is damaged, and even if they are able to repair it, they can't use it without Leonardo's gloves, which are deliberately designed as a failsafe. Except that Borgia now has one of them, and it's only a matter of time before he figures out what it's good for, if he hasn't already. According to Lucas' information, Borgia has a hideout in the slums, but it's not here at the moment, so we have a unique opportunity. Again, provided that he doesn't, have it on him. So breakthrough. It wasn't easy, but I got into the house where Borgia hides in Rome. The room in which I find myself is dominated by a large map of northern Italy, which is obviously important to him. I evidently need to proceed further. There's no straightforward way in yet. Right. Well, what's this machine? This looks important. Is this like a repeating gun or something? This looks highly dangerous. Arms. Dear son, I'm satisfied with your leadership of the papal army, and I am pleased to see the diplomatic skill with which you have managed to integrate the army of the French king into your own. That will be very important in the coming days. Time for a sovereign territory ruled only by our house, the House of Borgia, is at hand. I heard you had some trouble using gunpowder with your mercenaries. Learn from the French. What good are allies if we do not use them appropriately? Finally, the most important thing, how are the plans going that you gave to Master Leonardo? I understand it's a big job, but it's imperative that you have control over the progress of his work. I don't care how you handle it. Your father, Rodrigo de Borgia, Alexander VI. Pont Max, 1496, Vatican. All right. What are you? Well, you look like you're needing this thing. Yes. Okay. I have no idea how I'm supposed to figure out which one's next. Thankfully, I apparently do not need to worry about restarting every time I get one wrong. Okay. Cool. Not quite. There we go. Okay. A lockpick and some nails and a spider. Going down? All right, so we need one of those little square dealios. Stamping tool needs to be above the work area, otherwise I can't use it. Right, but what do we need to stamp? I have no idea what I'm doing with this thing. This To search the bottom floor, there's bound to be something interesting. Well, yeah, but... Interesting and useful are not the same things. And we don't have anything to actually stamp, so not exactly helpful. Unless you're going to give us like a random piece of paper or something. What, you mean this thing? I don't know. It's an oil lamp. Right, so we need... Can I light the oil lamp on one of these so that I have better light downstairs? Oh, it fits in there. Okay. I'm not exactly a fan of what looks like lighting a fucking fuse. Okay. My guess was correct. I've managed to mark some squares on the map, and I'm sure I'm one step closer to discovering Borgia's secrets. His secrets aren't that secret. Cool with a rotary handle. But now we know the stamping pattern at least. Maybe it's like a firing solution? All right, so it's the top center 3. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. You, and you. You, and you. Over here, down here, out to here. All right. There we go. Now we've got our own little copy of it. All right. Don't think we need a piece of paper, cardboard, or a piece of cardboard or something for this, but where should I place the new tool from my inventory? I think it would be useful if I need to remove some screws. Or I need to remove a screw. Are you suggesting that there is a loose screw somewhere that I need to attend to? Or maybe a not so loose screw? This is not a lever, sir. Apparently there is, yes. Right, now we can, whoa, shit. Okay, so now we can spin it around. Okay, so we need to load some ammo into this. Wait, what's down here now? Well, I mean, ammo. There's ammo. Oh. Hey, here's the screw. All right. Aha. A metal card. Alright, so punch. 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 Then we come down here. Back over here. Down to here. Down to here. And back to over here. Alright. Now if we take a look at the weapon, maybe we need to put it in down here. Oh. Oh, okay. There we go. Bows. Is this an automatic firing machine? This does not seem like something that it is safe to have indoors. Oh. The switch moving, I can't move this without it. Okay. Oh. Well, there's just... Can we pick up this switch? I really don't like standing in front of what is very obviously at least like a BB gun. So I need a switch in order to siphon that out. Ah, I can open this now, I guess. Side of the weapon, I need to, next to the large gunpowder container, a covered metal switch, a concealed small switch. I should try to flip it. Right, casings are already ready to be filled. Right. On the side of the weapon next to the large powder container. Okay. So what, do we just need to pump the bellows again? Apparently so. Okay. Fire! Okay, that is kind of extreme. Like, my God. I see now why he, deals with the slums. Because it's probably the only place where you could fire 8 shots and nobody gives a shit. Like, you have to destroy the fucking wall every time you want to do anything with this stuff? That seems kind of counterintuitive. Went through the wall to a very well-equipped lab. I never imagined Borgia as a great thinker. A strategist, maybe, but an alchemist? Looking around the hideout, I found several inventions or parts of mechanisms that clearly show Leonardo created them. Perhaps he used these inventions, the inventions of other scholars, he employed in a similar way. Or maybe it just shows the depths of his desperation. Again, you destroyed a fucking wall to get here. The man is obviously not thinking straight. Alright, so we need to attach something to there. Something there to help us open that. Why do I think we're going to be putting the mystical liquid things on here? All right, what do we got here? Okay, so one mark equals 15 weight units. Right. 60, 75, 30, so a 4, 5, and 2 ratio. And what do you have here? What are you trying to say? You are trying to say you have nitrate, hydrogen, sodium, sulfur, carbon, and oxygen. Right, so I'm gonna guess you're talking carbon, nitrate, and sulfur. Because it sure looks like this is the calculation for gunpowder. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so yeah. And then 45, 15, and 75 of something else to burn. Alright, mortar and pestle. What are you? Alright, so we're missing one of those. That looks like someplace with some ashes or something. Potentially a place where we could get charcoal? Hello. I managed to get to the top floor, but only managed to escape the spinning blade of a scythe at the last moment. If I was just a little slower. Evidently, Borgia's not joking. I should proceed with extreme caution. What the fuck have you been doing? Alright, a bent wire. "13th of April, 1502. There is something poetic about rotating scythes. The idea of using them militarily may seem cruel, but it's perfectly fascinating. Leonardo is said to have been inspired by the war machines of the Roman Empire in their designs. With the strength of the ancient Romans, I could easily conquer all of Italy, but I can only work with what I have. The firearm Leonardo sent me is art. It's not much use in real combat yet, but with a little effort and minor adjustments to the gunpowder recipe, it can become my enemy's worst nightmare. One man, a single weapon, and dozens of dead in just a few moments of battle. But what matters is what the master still hasn't sent me. I know he's still working on the gate, but he's avoiding completing it. Maybe it's time to change my approach. Perhaps he can be persuaded to be more diligent if I give him the post of Chief Military Architect and Engineer. This guy, yeah. Key in resin. Man, he is paranoid. See, I would like to think that Leo would have been smart enough not to just walk straight up like that. Alright, so we can put you in there. Close you. Metal part. Lattice. You need a square thing. Entirely sure where we would put the metal lattice though. It seems this is all I can do with the boiler at the moment. I should look around the laboratory to see if there's anything else interesting. There's lots of shit that's interesting. Wait, you might be what fits in there. Yes. Impure charcoal powder. And a switch. Okay. don't think I missed anything up here. Yeah, that's where the switch goes. Now we say switch it down to there. And we pump this up again. And we have Falcon gunpowder. Okay. Okay, you're just pouring it through the corks? That's rather interesting. A container with gunpowder. Wait, so, okay, so sulfur, soda, carbon, and nitrate. Okay, so he's taking potassium nitrate, sulfur, and carbon, and adding soda. So that's what he's using for his gunpowder, looks like. At least those are the markings on here. Is you start with sulfur, go to sodium, go to carbon, go to nitrate. The 2, 3, and 4. Where should I place? Has to be somewhere in the lab. Well, yeah, thanks. That's... Right, somewhere with like a circular opening. Maybe we hang it here? There's a lot of shit here. I think the thing on the tabletop looks like a grinder, lacks the part on top. Egg-like container from my inventory would fit it perfect. Wait, here? No. I tried putting you in there, though. Oh, maybe I need to open it up. Ah, yes. So, you, and then we say... incomplete filter. So now we have a complete filter. Alright, so where do we need a filter? With the filter whole again, I should probably return it to where I got it. Okay, but we got part of it here. Or are you talking like back to here? No, we didn't really get the filter here. We got the material here. I don't remember where the fuck I got the filter. If I remember correctly, the filter belongs to the machine with the crank on the alchemy table. Wait, you mean here? Oh, yeah, I guess you do mean here. Okay. So now we can say, okay. So it's 4 units of night of okay. So let's go ahead and mark it down. So we have this one 4. That one is 1. Five and 2. Okay. Oh, hello. I will take the weight. Okay, so we need 4 units of sulfur, 1 unit of soda, 5 units of carbon and 2 units of nitrate or nitra. So the 4, 5, and 2. The 4 is sulfur, the 5 is carbon, the 2 is nitra. So 45 would be 3 units, 1 unit, and 5 unit. Whatever this one on the bottom is it's 3, 1, and 5. Well, I'm willing to bet that probably goes like here, maybe? No? I would have figured that you would have gone on the scale. This device could be used to filter and clean powder sample in the drawer on the table. Okay. So we can take you. I didn't realize that's what it did. We put you in there. Charcoal powder. All right. It does kind of look like a grenade, doesn't it? All right. Wait, okay, so you are the gray, or the weight. Rotary switch. All right, so 5, 3, and 4. Right. 5 this way, 3 this way, 4 this way. Okay. So okay, but what am I spinning around? What am I rotating? Will this open another drawer? It will open another drawer. 5th of November, 1503. My father is dead, and it wasn't a disease, as they say. It was a clear attempt on our lives, in his case, unfortunately, successful. Without the Pope's help, my own power is dissipating. The only way forward is through the gate. I tried to keep my priorities straight, but I was a fool. I was lured by the promise of Cardinal Giuliano della Rovere, who was supposed to leave me in charge of the papal army and the Ordoins, the order of, that thing. But right after I helped him win, he double-crossed me. Looking back, it was so obvious. He's the one who had me and my father poisoned. I swear, one day he shall fall by my hand. Every time I feel despair, my mind goes back to that map. It comforts me to revisit the victories I won as commander of the combined Papal and French armies. Perhaps, when I finally gain control over the gate, I can finish my work. There will be even more cities on my map, and the name of the Borgias forever recorded in history. Well, I have good news and I have bad news. Good news is the Borgias are very much still remembered. The bad news is they are not remembered fondly. All right, so okay. So the rotary switch, I'm thinking, goes on here. So right. Did you leave us more notes in here? No. We have to get this thing off. In order to be able to move this. I was able to obtain a sample of gunpowder from the weapon that was blocking the entrance to Borgia's hideout. Using the lab equipment, I am sure I can figure out what it is made of and how to modify it. How to modify it to light the boiler. Okay, so we have 5. Maybe what it's doing is it's telling us, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Oh. Okay. Kill the spider. Drop the lava. Drop the water. Drop the chest. And go, little dude, go. I will take the wing nut and the powder flask. Do I need a wing nut? Well, maybe. Maybe if we go over here, we need a wing nut here to open. No. Okay. Do we have a wing nut? And we have a powder flask. I still don't know what this material is. Obviously, it's not anything that we need. I hope. I need something here. Well, it almost looks like I need like another, like a weight on that end. Give me just a moment here. I need to take a real quick break, so we'll be right back. Alright, and I'm back. So, alright, let's back it up here. So we've got to be able to do something with this, right? Ah, okay, so we can lower that. And that pops open. Let's open drawer 2. Sulfur crystal. And a small hook. Alright, so now we pick you up. Rotate you around. Drop the weight. You open door 3. Has esteemed... I still don't know how the heck... I've always heard it Cesare, but then I got that from Assassin's Creed, so... It is my great pleasure to banish you from the Vatican. You, or the men paid with your money, while you still have some left, are no longer welcome. The Papal Guard has strict orders to deal with you. As for your former membership in a certain order, I will offer you a friendly warning. Efforts to misuse the information you learned as a member would be unpleasant, perhaps even stressful. Given your state of health, I would advise against further involvement in these matters. After all, a lifestyle of stress and sin cost your father his life. It would be regrettable if you follow him into the depths of hell so soon. Pope Julius II, formerly known as Giuliano del Rovere, 3rd November 1503, Vatican City. P.S. If you care to know my recommendation, forget everything you've been through in the last 10 years. Become a monk. Find some peace. P.S. It is impossible to hide this from the sight of God himself. Right. So, we do have some sulfur crystals. So we can sulfur powder. So we've got the sulfur, we've got the carbon. We need a special tool to open that, it looks like. But this hook looks like it should fit there. Yes. And now we should be able to take this weight and actually hang it on the scales. And yes. And think. Okay, so that is that small weight is 30. Metal symbol. So now you're down to 0. Okay, so the carbon let's see, I don't know what these symbols are though. So like 3, 1, and 5. 3, 1, and 5. Well, you have 4, 1, and 5. Perhaps it's this whole combination plus something added to it? What if I say add you to there? Say we have 45 of so yeah, now it's got actually has the 3, 1, and 5 on it. So that's 35. That would be 75. So that would be carbon and sulfur on those ends. So now we're looking for 15 grams, which I'm gonna guess is probably this stuff right here, because this symbol here will open it. Saltpeter. And a strange key. So. You are, wow, you are 90. Okay. Strange key would go into here. Okay. Let's try fiddling with it here. All right. Not move any more powder. Okay, so we know we have 90 of this. Okay, so we have. Okay. Let's just go ahead and dump it out. So we have how much carbon? The carbon that we have right now is 45. Which is not enough carbon because we need 5 carbon. See, because yeah, the that is okay. So regular gunpowder is okay. So if we say that's regular gunpowder is this, and this is the same thing but a different combination of stuff. If it's the same, then that would be sulfur, that would be carbon, and that would be nitra, or potassium, or the potassium, the saltpeter. Yeah. Okay. So what we need then is we need 3 of the sulfur, 1 of the carbon, and 5 of the nitrate. All right. So if we come in here, we say take you, take you. We say out, go 3, 2, 1. 1 thing of the carbon. Now, the sulfur we need 3. So if we dump you in here, we say we're at 5. Now we're at 4. Now we're at 3. Now we need 5 of the nitrate. So we're at 6. Now we've got 5. We'll take that. All right. Now if we come over here, we say 3 sulfur on the first plate. One carbon on the second. 5 nitrate on the last. And then we put this in here. And say, transfer it over. So now we have a full powder flask. That is specifically what he has his furnace set to use. So that should reach the very specific temperature that he has. To open up, to get the ornamental key. All right. So now we go up. Yeah, I was not exactly expecting it to explode, but then again, we did put black powder, modified black powder into it. All right. Ah, shit, snacks.
The trap has sprung, Giacomo. Does the situation remind you of something? I guess it's fate that the betters should have power over the rest. And what about those two nannies of yours? Happily drinking in safety while they sent you into the lion's den. In your place, I would be upset. But I am not interested in your feelings. Just listen to me and then do as you are told. It's in your own interest. I heard you already met the Viper's Tangle, calling themselves a lofty Ordo Justitialis. That's good. What you don't know is that they are currently led by the Pope. He is the puppet master. He would be the one profiting if they got their hands on a working time machine. And I have very personal reasons to hate Pope Julius II. I had everything. I was the most powerful man in all Italy. But fortune is a fickle mistress. Or fortuna variabilis. Julius II had his predecessor, and my father, Alexander VI, killed. He usurped the chair of St. Peter and misused the power of his station to take everything from me. My position in the Order, my prestige and reputation, and even my domain. And thus, I bet everything on one last gambit. To obtain the time machine and reverse my destiny. I'll give you the glove you seek. But I want something in return. I know you were too much of a coward to kill the Pope. Besides, I wouldn't let anyone take the pleasure from me. But I have another use for you, Giacomo. When my father was still alive, he appointed me to the Ordo Justitialis to find out more about the broken time machine and search for someone who could make it work again. It was then we came to that Leonardo da Vinci of yours. And during this time, I learned something very interesting.
All right.
Generation after generation of Grandmasters inherited this amulet. When the Order fell to the Pope's might, the Pope took it, and in time, he granted it to his successors, along with the power over the Ordo Justitialis. It's only a piece of metal, but it is a very powerful symbol. A symbol of supremacy over the Order, and I want it. And that means you, Giacomo, will get it for me. I don't care how you do it. But as I am an eternally gracious man, I'll give you a hint. In the Pope's study is a secret passage which will lead you directly to the amulet. Make one of your nannies help you. The monk was always in the Pope's good graces. He might finally be useful and maybe could even atone for getting you into this mess, don't you think? But that's your problem. As well as getting out of this cage. And don't forget, the amulet for the glove, piece for a piece. When you get it, I'll let you know where we will meet again. This is a token of my goodwill. We will see each other soon. It was a pleasure doing business with you, Giacomo.
You can't hold a crossbow upside down like that without the bolt, like, falling out. It's kind of like the flintlocks, you know, the in Pirates of the Caribbean when Jack holds his, like, cocked like that up against his shoulder. It's like, yeah, so the little powder that your flint ignites that goes into the tube and fires off the bigger bundle of powder just spilled down all over your fucking coat. That's not a good idea. Puzzle box. All right. Okay. So there's purple. Okay, purple. Orange, purple. All right, orange, purple, green. Is white down here too? No? Okay. What did we say? Oh no, that's okay. So we say purple, take it down. Green, take it down. White, take it down. Red, take it down, and past. We have a special key, which I'm guessing goes somewhere to unlock the gate, the trap. Right. So we got to do a job for Borgia. Which means getting into the Vatican, which means getting into Vatican City. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get into the chapter and then I think we'll call it a night, because we only got 10 minutes before we hit 2 hours. So yeah.
Now we must wait before they present us. I would be calmer if Leonardo was with us here, but we couldn't possibly include him as the Order knows him well. And according to Borgia, they are beholden to the Pope. At least we will attract less attention. We must still be careful though. Julius II is cunning as a fox. I indeed know him from before, when he was but a cardinal. He was always straight hard and never afraid to use his brilliant mind to fulfill his goals. Did you know that when he became Pope, he confessed that his new name is not in honor of St. Julius, as most cardinals expected, but after Julius Caesar? He is a good man, and was the situation different, he would make a great ally. It seems we have a few moments, so let's go over our plan, yeah? After I tell the Pope why I came, he will surely want to speak to me privately. Hopefully outside his study. In the meantime, you will have to get there and find the passage leading to the amulet. I will try to distract him for as long as possible, but you must return to the audience room before we are back. I can't wait for this to be over. I'm as nervous as a cat. Just a quick prayer to St. Francis. Or rather, maybe to all the saints. I hope God will forgive me this ruse against my old friend.
Luca Bartolomeo de Pacioli with an escort. The Holy Father expects you.
Great. I think.
Garb of a Franciscan, face of a rascal. This could only be Luca Pacioli. It's a pleasure to meet you again, old friend.
Holy Father, you honor me greatly by making time for me. Allow me to introduce my pupil and protege, Giacomo of Ferrara.
This is your pupil? Boy, you should regard your teacher highly. He is a wise man, even if he lacks seriousness. But as Dr. Angelicus said, of all the soul's passions, sorrow is the most harmful to the body. You are surely aware that many duties stem from my station, and I'll have to apply to them by the time the bells toll Evening Angelus. But until that time, you have my full attention. I heard you have important news for me. What is it?
Your Excellency, I heard about the righteous struggle you lead against the Borgia family. Maybe I could do my part to help, turning the proverbial wheel of justice?
Not here, my friend. Let us go for a walk through the gardens. There you can tell me everything.
Giacomo, you wait here. This is only for the Pope to know.
In the meantime, boy, you can pass the time reading. I'm sure you will find a book that will interest you.
Oh, I'm sure I'll find something that'll interest me. I'm surprised that the guard's just gonna let me just hang out here. Alright, let's get a couple snapshots real quick for tomorrow. Alright. Well, that's going to be where we end for today. So, as always, thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new here, don't forget to prod that subscribe button. Don't forget the top link in the description down below will take you to our fourth wall page where we have things like our Bloodsuckers Anonymous, Vampire the Masquerade shirt, our Fueled by Chaos mugs, and much, much more. If you want to be kept up to date of when we go live and stuff like that, make sure to ring the bell, but also check out the social media links down below. Everything from our Facebook page to the permanent invite for the Discord server, where I try to make sure to notify you guys of when we go live and stuff like that. For example, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time, we'll be back with more Goodbye Deponia, and that following midnight, more House of Da Vinci 3. All that so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Production. Cheerio!